Hey everyone, let me tell you an incredible story about courage, faith, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. This is the tale of Prahlad, a young boy whose unwavering devotion and bravery changed the course of his life and inspired generations. Once upon a time in India, there was a wicked king named Hiranyakashipu. He was boastful, greedy, and cruel. His heart was filled with arrogance, and he believed he was invincible. This king demanded that everyone worship him as a god. He wanted absolute power and control over his subjects. He had a son named Prahlad, who was as kind as his father was cruel. Prahlad's heart was pure, and he was loved by everyone who knew him. Prahlad believed his father was a god just like everyone else. He followed his father's orders without question until one fateful day. One day, while walking in the countryside, Prahlad saw a woman praying to Lord Vishnu. Her devotion was palpable, and it piqued Prahlad's curiosity. She was desperate. Her kittens had fallen into a well, and she begged Vishnu for their safety. Her faith was unwavering, and she believed Vishnu would save them. To Prahlad's amazement, the kittens started to climb out of the well one by one. It was as if an invisible hand was guiding them to safety. This shook Prahlad's belief. He realized that his father was not a god after all and decided to worship Lord Vishnu from that day forward. His heart was filled with a new sense of purpose and devotion. When the king learned of Prahlad's new faith, he was furious. His own son had defied him, and this was unacceptable. He ordered his guards to throw Prahlad off the tallest cliff. The king believed this would be the end of his son's defiance. As Prahlad fell, he prayed to Lord Vishnu. Miraculously, his fall was gentle, and he was unharmed. It was as if the earth itself cushioned his landing. The king, even more enraged, ordered Prahlad to be thrown into a nest of snakes. He was determined to break his son's faith. As he was pushed in, Prahlad prayed to Vishnu. The snakes coiled around him but did not harm him. They seemed to recognize his purity and devotion. Still not giving up, the king then commanded his son to be placed among a herd of angry elephants. He was sure this would be the end of Prahlad. As the elephants charged, Prahlad prayed once more. Astonishingly, the elephants stopped and gently nuzzled him instead. It was as if they were calmed by his presence. In utter desperation, the king consulted his sister, Holi, who had magic powers to protect herself from fire. She was his last hope to break Prahlad's faith. She proposed to build a giant bonfire and walk into it, daring Prahlad to follow. She was confident her magic would protect her. The next morning, a massive bonfire was built. The flames roared high and the heat was intense. Holi walked into the flames, protected by her magic. Prahlad, with unwavering faith, followed her into the fire. His heart was filled with trust in Lord Vishnu, but this time Lord Vishnu intervened. He took away Holika's magic and granted it to Prahlad. Holika was consumed by the flames, but Prahlad stood unharmed. It was a divine miracle. And that, my friends, is why during the festival of Holi, we light bonfires to remember the story of Prahlad and Holika, celebrating the victory of good over evil. It is a reminder of the power of faith and the triumph of righteousness. Thank you for joining me on this journey through ancient mythology. I hope this story has inspired you as much as it has inspired countless others over the centuries. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating tales. Your support helps us bring more stories to life. Until next time, keep believing in the power of good. Remember, no matter how dark the times may seem, goodness and faith will always prevail.